Hi, I'm Kaveri. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I would like to let you know few details on how to buy a car, when to buy a car, or do you really need a car in US? First thing, do you really need a car in US? Well, it depends upon the place you are staying. If you are staying in a place where the public transport is readily available to your office or any shopping places, then you really don't need a car. Or if you are staying in a place like downtown where the public transport is available and people mostly walk to office and shopping places, you really don't need a car. If you are staying in suburbs where the public transport is not available, it is really important and it's a must to have a car in those places. Otherwise, you will end up in being dependent on your friends or colleagues, which for short term is okay, but for long term you will feel very uncomfortable asking for help again and again. Even in the initial days or months after coming to US, if you are taking help from your colleagues or friends to commute to office or any shopping regularly, then make sure and ask them if you have to pay anything for them on monthly basis, because don't expect any help from other friends or colleagues for free. If they are saying no to it, well and good, but it's our responsibility to ask them once. When I first came here, my colleagues helped me for few months to commute to office and back home and to groceries and everything. I'm not a shopaholic, so I did not find any difficulty in going to shopping and all. I bought my first car within few months after coming here, like around 3 months, because I couldn't stay long being dependent on others. Second thing is like how to buy a car, what to think before you buy a car. So I do not know much about cars. I just got my car like I buy some any vegetable or groceries from a grocery store. That's true, because I don't know like what we need to check in a car when we are planning to buy. I don't even know like which brand to buy and all. I don't even know that there will be some certified cars. It's good to buy them. When you're purchasing your first car, it's always good to buy an used car, because most of the people here buy used cars even if they are planning to stay for years together. But if you're paying high price like around 10,000 or 15,000, it's always good to buy certified ones from certified dealer showrooms. Also, I feel like it is always better to purchase car on loan when there is an option. That will help you in developing the credit history, and there is one more benefit also. Let's take an example. Both A and B came to US and wants to purchase a car worth of $10,000. Both have $10,000 in their savings account. Say interest rate on car loan is 3%. A doesn't like to take any debt, so he purchases a car by paying full cash. B purchases a car on a loan. He pays around $2,000 as a down payment and rest is on loan. So at the end of the purchase, A doesn't have anything in his savings account. B still has $8,000 in his savings account. What B did is, out of 8,000, he transferred 5,000 to his Indian account and open an FD, which gives him 5 to 6% of interest rate. So he is getting more interest on his savings and he is paying very less percentage of interest on his loan. In this example, A is myself and B is some other person. Also, it's not a good idea to take a car on lease, because one of my friend, he took a car on lease. He used to pay like around $300 to $400 on monthly installment and an insurance of about $100 or $150. Suddenly he had to go back to India because his visa got rejected. But he couldn't break the lease. So when he is working in India, he still had to pay the monthly EMI and the insurance. So it's very difficult for us to work in India and pay the EMI for the car here, which we are not using. So think twice before you take a car on lease. When you're planning to purchase a used car from a friend or colleague, it's always good to get an estimate from a dealer, negotiate the price and then purchase it. Even after you get an estimate from the dealer to buy a car from a friend, it's always good to check on few things by yourself, like the mileage, the tires, when they were last changed, the battery, and anything else like timing belt or so. Because whomever wants to sell their car, they wanted a higher price, they wanted a better price, and whoever wants to buy the car, they always wanted it for a cheap. But the condition of the car is also very important when you are purchasing it. Don't buy a car in haste just because you are getting it for cheaper price. Check the mileage, whether it is high or moderate, because if it is high mileage like 1 lakh or above, then the car might not function properly in winter, and it might not work on highways as well. So there is no point in buying a car which you cannot drive on highways or in winter. You will again become dependent on others if you are buying such cars. Even if you are buying a certified car from a dealer, there is no guarantee that it will work fine for years without any repairs. So it's all your fate and luck sometimes. So it's not like when you are buying from a friend, the car gets repaired, or if you are buying a certified car, it won't get repaired. So it's not like that at all. A friend of mine who bought a certified car along with me for a huge price than mine, he ended up paying for repairs about 1500 or so within a year. All that glitters is not gold. So if a car is looking so beautiful from outside without any scratches or dents, it doesn't mean like it is going to function properly. And if a car is having dents or scratches, it doesn't mean like it's not going to function properly. It all depends on the mileage of the car, the maintenance. So before buying the car, check properly. Don't check only outward appearance, but also check something internally. Whenever you are planning to sell a car, especially to your friends or colleagues, be truthful and honest. Share the details of the car. Share the details whether the car will function properly in the winter or not. Not everybody knows about cars, and that they should get an estimate from the dealer and negotiate the price and buy it from their friends. Few people sell their cars to their colleagues and friends at very high price, and that too the car condition will be so bad that it won't drive on highways, and it won't tolerate the snowfall and everything. So the tires will be bad, the engine condition and everything will be bad. Whatever the used car you might have purchased either from a dealer or from a friend, you might end up in getting repairs in the upcoming years. I would suggest for a used car, you don't have to go to a showroom and get it repaired, because the showrooms will usually charge very high price. It's okay to go for a new car, but for a used car, you don't have to pay very high price. I personally had this experience when I had to change all the 4 tires of my car. I went to a showroom of my car manufacturer, and then I got an estimate which was about $700. And I had to do my own research, and I just tried to change all the 4 tires of my car from another automobile shop, which reduced me a significant amount of money. Think twice before you purchase any used car. Also, if you're planning to buy any spare parts, or if you're planning to get something fixed for your car, do check it more than one place, because different shops charges you differently, and you need to find out which one is charging you less. Once my car's taillight was broken. I went to repair shop to get it fixed. They told that the new spare part would cost around $220. Since mine is a used car, they suggested me to go with a used spare part because that would not cause any trouble. As they suggested, I purchased a used spare part for about $70. So think of different options when you're purchasing the spare parts for your used cars. Also, you don't have to go to a repair shop for each and everything. Some things you can fix it by yourself, like a broken tail light, or even people do the regular oil change at home by themselves. All they need is a helping hand. I know of few friends who do things by themselves. It's up to you if you want to do it by yourself or if you want to go to a repair shop. I don't do things by myself personally, but few people do it. So when you're doing it by yourself, please be careful. Do it only if you know how to do it, because it's a matter of your safety and life. I believe this information is helpful to someone. I might have missed few things. which you can always share it in the comments so that others will be benefited out of it. Thank you and all the best. Bye.